Hello and good morning. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kat and this... Is that really how I start? That's not at all. Not that I really have the same thing each time. However, hello and good morning. Welcome to Heather and Hops. My name is Kat or Catherine and I'm a knitter based in Hertfordshire in the United Kingdom. Little Audrey is here. She's just absorbing the warmth from the floor, bless her. And today I am drinking from my Norway mug, which makes me quite happy. And I'm drinking echinacea because although I don't feel bad, I don't feel the best today, so I thought I'd give myself a little bit of echinacea, make myself hopefully feel a little bit lifted. I've got some work to do today and then I'm going to try and rest for the rest of the day. But I thought I would pop on here, share a little bit of the knitting that I managed to do in the last week and also share with you my trip to Amsterdam. I did manage to get to a couple of yarn shops. There's some cat things. I'll pop it at the end so you don't have to watch it if you don't want to, but if you've been to these places, let me know. If you'd like to go, let me know. And also if there's things that I missed, I would love to go back to Amsterdam. Please, again, recommendations would be amazing. Yeah. It's just, probably better. So, quickly, this is probably my favourite jumper. It has been worn, I want to say every other day, but it really has been worn so much since I finished it. You can see it has suffered some wear. It does need a bit of gleaming or some sort of care. I don't actually own a gleamer yet, which I probably should. But like I said, I wear this all the time. It is the Ranunculus pattern by Knit Midori Cafe, or Midori House, I believe her name is. Forgive me. This is knitted in raw work and I love this yarn. It means quite a lot to me. I met Christina at Yarnporium last year, which was amazing. Yeah, so highly recommend this pattern. It's so wearable all the time. And then my hat is my second knit of this hat, and it is the Dreaming Slow hat, which I designed for Ching Fibre, which is quite strange to say. Knitted in Sylvanus held, merino fingering held double, it should be DK, but we didn't have any, and mohair held double again, and both in the Sylvanus colourway, and I love it. It makes me very happy. So yeah, it's been a week, I don't get all that much knitting time, but I feel like I've done quite a bit anyway, so I'll share with you and then show you Amsterdam. So Saturday, I couldn't believe how cold it was. I woke up and it was quite a shock to the system. I had intended on going out for a bike ride and then spending some time in the park, maybe taking my camera out, but what happened was, oh hello, are you gonna come say hi? No. Gonna go and explore the yarn. I went for a bike ride and in truth my hands were just too cold. I cycled just to my local park, to the canal, and then by the time I got there I was like, wow, okay, maybe I should have worn gloves. But I realised that I made like 6 or 7 pairs of mittens last year, or in the first year that I was knitting, and I didn't own any. So I had knitted one already, which is this one. I'm giving away a bit of a secret here. And I think it's the Effie pattern by Skater Knits, which I've signed up to her club again. I'm kind of not sure why, because I haven't made my way through the last ones, but they are gorgeous patterns and I love what Ellie does, so I kind of couldn't not. So I was quite happy with this, in truth. It's a great mitten. But for some reason, when the summer started to kick in, I didn't have any mojo to be knitting another one. But Saturday, when I got home, I put Audrey's dinner in to cook, and then I cast on and finished a whole mitten. I spent quite a bit of my day just knitting. I felt like I needed it as well. As you can see, I'm a little bit funny in the voice area, but what I couldn't believe was how different in size they are. My knitting has really changed. I've got like an inch and a half here of, so I might try and felt my first mitten just a little bit. If you have any advice on this, I would be glad to take it and absorb it. I'm thinking of doing it by hand, just in the sink, giving it a little, just because it feels, it's amazing the difference in the warmth. This is so much warmer than this one. And then I've got to admit, I think I used a bit of the wool for something else, and so I ran out. But that's fine, I'm quite content. These are more of a practical knit than a knit for beauty, I feel, for me. Not that they aren't beautiful, but so a bit closer up, you can really see the difference. And I have to admit as well, I did mess up the chart on this one, but that's fine, like, these things happen. And also the importance of yarn dominance, look at that. So this is where I was holding the black in the left hand, and this is where I kind of mixed it up, but mostly had it in my right hand. So if you've ever wanted to see quite an amazing difference, that's it. Yeah, very happy with these. This one does fit a lot better. I might knit myself another pair in the future. I really want to knit some mittens by Emily Foden, so I might consider that my next mitten project, something slightly plainer, but remembering that I want them to be a lot denser gauge than this one, which I should check, but anyway. So they're my mittens, which is quite nice. I'm very pleased that I managed to get something done. And I also managed to finish, I haven't done the sleeve yet, but I have finished a good chunk of the test knit for Rachel, who is Unwind Knitwear. Really happy with this. I won't talk about it too much, but I'm knitting it up in Jacob, which I go on and on and on. Jacob Fleece by West Yorkshire Spinners. It's one of my favourite palettes. I've got a feeling that this will be worn loads, so I'm really excited to finish it and put a bit more time into it. So far the pattern's been correct. It's been very clearly written for such a different construction method for me. Yeah, very pleased. I do have some more projects. A couple of them I can't show you, and one of them I want to wait until next week, where I have completed a chart that I've made up, which I'm really pleased about. It's quite exciting for me. It's a bit of a different project for me too, and I'm not trying to be secretive, it's just it makes more sense to wait until there's a bit more to show. Yeah, I am working on a few work projects at the moment too, which has meant that I kind of don't have that much to talk about, but I do, but it's just secretive, if that makes sense. So I don't like that sort of behaviour, but it is what it is. Yeah, let's talk a bit about Amsterdam. I'm not going to talk much. I might do a voiceover for the shots of Amsterdam. I might not. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it will look really nice anyway. I really did have such a great time filming and just being there in general. I managed to get to 2 yarn shops. One was closed, which was a bit sad, but I will be putting footage in it. And one of them was Stephen and Penelope, and I've got to say I was very restrained everywhere I went when I was in Amsterdam. I think I did it on a very good budget, but I did treat myself to 2 skeins. So I ran out of battery. I apologise for that slight interval. Actually I'll probably have edited it out, so hi. So I would like to share Amsterdam with you, and I did manage to visit 2 yarn shops. One was closed, so I was going to 3, but I only managed 2. I did Amsterdam on quite a budget. I didn't, and by that I mean quite a small budget. I didn't want to go and spend money basically. I wanted to have a nice time and relax. I might manage to do a bit of a voiceover and explain where I am. I might just put little information in whichever side it is. But I thought I'd also share this. So I love coffee, chocolate, tea, pepper. I find food quite fascinating, not just for its health benefits and the way the body processes it. Yeah, I'm that person. But also flavour and its origin and its process, which falls back into yarn to me. Like, I see it in a very similar way. I love to learn the processes, where it comes from, who made it. You know, I think it's quite wonderful. So I managed to get to a chocolate shop, which there'll be footage of, and I just wanted to share these 2 lovely bars that I bought. I bought 2. I bought one with me in mind because it had sea salt in it, and one with Alex in mind because it's dark. I do generally eat dark chocolate. I'm not a milk chocolate person, but if there's sea salt involved, I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit of a sucker. But I was really impressed with them. They're really delicious, and I wanted to bring back something that was local, that wasn't really alcohol. Like, I would have loved to have brought back some beer, but I didn't know enough about the beer to be buying them really. But yeah, really, really good. It just says chocolate makers. I'm not really sure. I know it's made by Rodney and Enver. The lady in the shop did talk very highly about them, and I'm very pleasantly surprised. They're really, really delicious. I'm not sure, but I have a feeling that Cocoa Runners stocks them, so if you're in the UK, you can get hold of it. I think it's a little bit difficult, I'm not sure. But either way, really lovely chocolate. And then let's talk about the yarn I bought. There wasn't much in the way of local and non-superwash, which I really would love to be knitting more with non-superwash wool. And I do have a test knit coming up which is non-superwash again, which is really exciting, and that test knit is, I'm really excited to cast that on too. But after that I think I'm not going to do any more test knits for a while, but these 2 were 2 ones that came up with 2 designers that I love, and I get to use the wool that I love, so exciting times ahead, or in progress. But I saw these 2 colours, or this colour, and I didn't really have to, but I just thought it was lovely. And actually it's coming up a bit more golden than it really is. I'm not entirely convinced. It has a little bit of a green tinge to it, which isn't really my thing, but I wanted to get a couple of skeins of yarn that was difficult or not able to get in the UK, and these ones were exclusively dyed for Stephen and Penelope. I do quite like a bit of a springy, twisty base, so that is what I went for. It is 80% merino, 20% nylon, so I might use it for a little top. I would be tempted, I thought about a shawl, but I'm not convinced, to be honest. But maybe something either 3/4 length sleeved or something with a little bit of lacy detail in for spring or summer. Maybe next autumn, I'm not sure, but I thought it was lovely, and the packaging is, or the ball band's quite beautiful too. So they're what I bought. I mean, it might be just me. No, they're a little bit halo-y, but that is the only purchase that I made in yarn shops in Amsterdam. I did buy a button for my sister's Christmas jumper, which I shared last week, but that is all. Very pleased. Also, while I remember, I did want to say The amazing Becky from Back to Blighty is, so if you have a little look, she's got a lovely podcast. She has the most amazing hair. Do check it out. But she is doing a make along for hats, which she is collecting or hoping people will donate to charity, which is a really lovely thing. I hold it quite dear to my heart. I previously worked, before I got unwell, in what we called the community home. So it was a safe space, home for people who were recovering from both addiction and rough sleeping. So it was quite amazing for her to approach me and ask if I'd like to get involved. I don't have much knitting time. I will still be trying to get a hat or two done, but I have a collection of hats that I've crocheted or knitted in the past few years that have no owner. I've not worn them. Alex won't wear them. So I'm going to do that myself, and I'm going to take them to the charity that I worked for as a thank you, and in almost solidarity with Becky. So if you'd like to get involved, she's actually collecting, and I believe you can send them to her. So if you'd like to do that, which it would be lovely if you could, or would like to, please do that. Back to Blighty on Etsy or on YouTube. Etsy? Yeah, Etsy, YouTube or Instagram. That's what I meant really. Yeah, I think that's it for today. Like I said, I'm keeping it fairly short and sweet. I don't have all that much to talk about. There's some projects that I'd like to talk about next week. And yeah, in the meantime, I hope you have a lovely week, whatever you're up to. I hope you enjoy knitting, crocheting, making, whatever you're doing, even if it's just working, which isn't all that bad. Yeah, enjoy the bit of summer sun if you've got it. If you're living down under and it's getting warmer, I hope you're enjoying that too. If you're also in the northern hemisphere and it's starting to get chillier, I hope you're making the most of that situation, wrapping up, getting snuggly, enjoying your knits. So yeah, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I hope to see you very soon.
Not my watch you're holding, it's my heart.
Hello and welcome from Amsterdam. Hello, I have been out to the park and I have practiced some yoga and been for a run. I am just going to go and get clean and then hopefully go find a delicious coffee and some sort of delicious treat for my breakfast.